May 1916. The North Sea, a cold mirror reflecting two empires staring through the haze of gunpowder, Britain and Germany. After 2 years of war, the Germans are trapped in their ports, boxed in by the mightiest fleet the world has ever seen, Britain's Grand Fleet. Every German ship hears the clank of metal against hulls each night, the sound of captivity. But now, Vice Admiral Reinhard Scheer seeks to break that prison. He believes a single great victory, a surprise blow, could unlock the seas and turn the tide of war. Across the gray ocean, Admiral John Jellicoe, cautious and cold as steel, knows one small mistake could cost everything. And so in fog and smoke, two opposing minds, reckless and prudent, set out on a collision course. Jutland, where the waves blend with the pulse of history. Scheer's plan. The trap is set. Scheer's plan is as neat as a move on a naval chart. He sends Rear Admiral Franz Hipper with his battle cruisers to sea, feigning an attack on British shipping routes. A response will come from the British, and the first to charge will be David Beatty, the young, fiery commander hungry for glory. When Beatty pursues, Hipper will turn, luring the prey straight into the ambush of the German high seas fleet waiting in the North Sea. If it works, Scheer could destroy a portion of the Grand Fleet before Jellicoe can bring his massive armada to bear. But the Germans don't know one thing: Britain's codebreakers at Bletchley have intercepted their signals. On the night of May 30th, the entire Grand Fleet, 27 dreadnoughts and over 150 escorts, silently departs Scapa Flow. In the darkness, the ocean holds its breath. Two steel titans steaming toward each other, unaware that fate has pressed the button for the greatest naval battle in history. First contact, gunsmoke on the waves. Afternoon, May 31st. On a fog-shrouded sea, the fleets hunt each other by instinct and primitive radar. At 2:28 p.m., HMS Galatea spots a strange silhouette on the dim screen. Beatty orders full speed ahead. Black smoke pours from funnels, the sea churns to white foam. Hipper's first salvo slices through the mist. Waves flash orange and white with smoke, the roar of 12 305mm guns firing in unison like the thunder of ancient metal. British gunners return fire, but their aim is off. Westerly winds blow smoke back, obscuring targets. British shells splash into the sea, raising water columns taller than the ships themselves. 4:00 p.m. A flash, then a firestorm. Indefatigable, a 20,000-ton ship explodes into two pieces. For a moment, the sea glows like daylight. 4:26 p.m. Queen Mary, Beatty's flagship, is hit by Derfflinger's shells. A massive explosion, the scream of tearing steel, then only a rain of metal fragments glittering on the waves. Beatty watches in silence, then mutters, "There's something wrong with our bloody ships today." Climax. The great fleets collide. To the south rear, Admiral William Goodenough from his command bridge sees a horizon black with German ships. He signals Beatty and Jellicoe at once. Beatty spins 180 degrees, a turn in the fire, dodging shells while luring the enemy. Far off, Jellicoe receives the message: entire German fleet sighted. His order rings out: deploy the full fleet battle formation. 27 dreadnoughts each, over 180 meters long wheel, left through the fog, forming a 6-mile steel wall across the North Sea. As the fleets collide, fire blankets the horizon. The thunder of guns echoes like a storm in the night. Invincible, leading Horace Hood's formation, lands 8 hits in 8 minutes, but then takes a counterstrike and explodes. Only 6 survive. The sea swallows another roar. Jellicoe stands firm. He executes a perfect tactic, crossing the T. The British fleet stretches wide, pouring broadside fire, while the Germans can only reply with forward guns. Above, the sunset burns red like molten iron. Scheer is forced to retreat, but in the chaos, he turns back, charging into the British firestorm once more. Derflinger, hit 14 times, in 4 minutes keeps firing like a final rage of steel. A night on the North Sea, escaping the shadow of death. 8:30 p.m. The sun dies, only smoke dying fires, and cold wind remain over silver waves. Scheer knows that if dawn comes, his fleet is lost. His only option slip through Horn's Reef in the dark. Jellicoe pursues. 57 destroyers fan out like a steel net. But from the Admiralty in London, a faulty signal leads Jellicoe to believe the Germans are still to the west. In the thick night, the fleets pass within mere miles of each other, unseen. Engines hum through the fog. Signal flares flash and fade. When dawn arrives, the North Sea falls silent. The chase ends not in victory, but in survival. Aftermath. Who won, who lost? As the smoke clears, the toll emerges. Britain loses 14 ships, over 6,700 men. Germany loses 11 ships, over 3,000 men. Tactically, the Germans fired with precision, maneuvered with discipline. But strategically, they remain blockaded. The North Sea stays in British hands. Scheer reports only 10 dreadnoughts are fit to sail. No operations before August. Jellicoe, in contrast, reports ready to sail in 4 hours' notice with 24 dreadnoughts. Both sides' newspapers claim victory, but the truth lies between the waves. An American paper writes, "The German fleet assaulted its jailer, but remains in jail." The legacy of Jutland. Jutland, no clear victor, but it ended an era. After this battle, the world understood no weapon is absolute. The giant gunnery ships, pride of empires, gave way to carriers and aircraft. Power left the cannons and took to the skies. But in the misty North Sea, if you listen long enough, you can still hear something, the echo of steel, the heartbeat of humanity, and a reminder strength, without the guidance of wisdom, only brings mankind back to where it began. The Battle of Jutland, the clash of dreadnoughts, where history carved the cost of the sea. If you want to continue this journey with stories where history meets wind and steel, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the moments that shook a century. This is where the past comes alive, not in myth, but in light smoke and truth.